Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Get some. What up, all you crazy kayak fishermen and hunters out there? Here's the schedule of the day. Number 1, go to the gym. Check. Number 2, meet with my mentee. Sign up for the mentor program here in Nebraska a couple years ago in my town. Guys, every school in your city, in your state, are looking for mentors. Get involved, get kids outdoors. That's what I'm all about. That's what Hike Brothers is all about. Number 3, we need to mod the kayak today, guys. Went out yesterday with Mike in the marsh. Show you a couple clips of that here in a second. Guys, my kayak wasn't safe. I have a $200 Walmart kayak. Mike had his MARSH boat. He tore it up. MARSH power. And my Walmart kayak, $200 special. Think I can catch him with these paddles? I, on the other hand, did not tear it up. So today I'm going to pick up a few things at Menards. I'm going to mod my kayak and get it ready to go for the marsh. I want to make it safe, and I want to make it so I can haul some gear out in the marsh in case I want to hunt by myself. So stay tuned for this project. Here we go. All right, guys, just pulled in a Menards parking lot. Forgot to mention one thing. Here is my theory about life real quick, because I want to teach you guys something. You can sit around and talk about what you're going to do, or you can go out and do it. And that's what Hike Brothers is all about. All right, guys, I'm looking at caps. This is what I'm going to use to stabilize, and I'm looking at pipe. So what are we going to do here? 3 or 4 inch? All right, guys, I think I got my stabilizer. Both stabilizers. Got my caps. Got my straps for the jet sled. Got some 1/2 inch pipe. All right, guys, getting these kickers together, as you can see. Doing a little modification to the $200 kayak. Getting it duck ready. But what I'm going to do now is I'm making something that I can connect to my pipe, my little kickers down here. So I'm measuring it out here, and I'm going to cut it here in just a second. Sorry, guys, I'm working down here in my dungeon in my basement, but now what I'm doing is I'm making something to hold my kickers to. So I came up with a 3-way for this 1-inch PVC, and I'm going to cut the pieces. That way I have something to run up to my kicker that my arm that comes out. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if this is the best thing to do. I'm not a pipe fitter or like Dustin or anything like that, but this is the plan I came up with. So if you have suggestions, let me know if you think of something that works better. So now I've completed my T, guys, that's going to hold my kicker on there. I need to drill holes so I can hold this bad boy down. So here we go. I'm going to mark it and then drill it. Now that I've completed the T, I drilled holes through it like I said. I picked up some stainless bolts. And I'm going to slide those through and mount it all together. Alright, guys, got my bolts through. I want to make it real easy, so I picked up some wing nuts for the bottom and some washers. I'm going to tie it all together with wing nuts. That way it's easy to take apart and put back together if I need to. And this should complete one of my arms. Then I just need to connect it to my kicker coming out. So should be good to go. Alright, guys, I had to put a little piece of pipe. I cut a little piece, and then I ran a 45 off my kicker. So one of the things I'm noticing is you got to decide how long you want your piece of pipe to be. I think I want these stabilizers to be up a little bit. So I'm going to make that kicker pipe that comes out a little bit longer, because I want to try to get that stabilization as close to my body as I can. If it's clear back here on the kayak, it's probably not going to do me a lot of good. If I can kick it forward just a little bit. Keep in mind I got to keep it out of the way so I can paddle. But I think about right here, straight out from the side, is going to work well. So I'll measure this 45 to my 90 coming down, and I'll cut a piece, and I should be good to go. I'll glue everything probably but this one connection, and my first stabilization bar should be complete. Alright, guys, got everything together. One of the things I'm noticing though is with the angle of this pipe and everything, I don't think that arm's going to be out quite far enough. So what I might do is lengthen this piece a little bit, use this piece on the other side for some cuts, but I'm going to lengthen this a little bit. That way my stabilizer is out a little further, because I don't think it's quite out far enough, and I want to make sure that I'm nice and stable. So I'm going to cut this piece just a little bit longer. Trial and error, right? Alright guys, I lengthened this piece like I said a little bit. Now that I have it all together and I feel like it's going to work decently, I'm going to go ahead and pull these pieces apart. Nothing's been glued yet. And I'll go ahead and mark my other piece of pipe, and I'll be able to cut my other side, and I should be good to go. Then my next step is to get something ready for the back of the kayak so I can actually pull some gear. So stay tuned for more. I'm going to put one side completely together so you guys can see what it looks like. Basically, I got about a 1.5 foot piece of pipe. And then this is about, I'd say, just over a foot. And I put a coupling on this so it fits down into my rod holder nice and snug. Then I take one of these 90s that kicks over just like this. Actually, it's this one right here. This is a little less than a foot. Kick over with my 90. Then I join together here. And then this fits right together on my kicker just like so. And this is a 45 that I have here. So when it's all together, it looks something like that. So I'm going to end up using some of these clamps, I believe, to tighten this up a little bit so it's all tight. Right now it kind of slides, so I want to tighten it up a little bit. But I'll get both sides on. At the end of the video, guys, I'll show you guys a material list so you know what you need, or maybe towards the beginning. So guys, this is what it looks like with both floats off each side. So hopefully I'm a lot more stable in the kayak. I'll find my exact position, and then I'll probably glue all of this stuff together except for maybe one connection. That way I can pop them off real easy. Alright guys, got both the stabilization bars on. Now I need to worry about hauling some gear. I got my jet sled here. This is the bigger version. I don't know if I suggest this behind a smaller kayak like what I have. But what I did was I cut some 1/2-inch pipe, and I cut about 3-foot pieces. And I'm going to run some rope through that. And I just want to put some kickers on this so it's not running into me when I'm in the kayak. I don't want it running me over and getting off course. So I'll run some rope through, tie that to the jet sled, and I'll have something to haul some gear, and it's nice and stable, and I don't have to worry about putting much gear in my kayak. I can just worry about paddling and safety first, as I mentioned. So I actually left my rope long enough that I'm going to run both pieces through, and I'm going to run a piece through the middle to kind of build a square off the back of the jet sled, like I said, so it's not running into the kayak. So stay tuned. So here's the finished product, guys. I haven't tested anything out yet. I need to glue my pieces still, but I want to get it on the water first and test it, make sure I got the right positioning. I got room for basically my decoy bag there. I won't have anything up here. I'll be up here with my life vest on, and then in the back I'll have plenty of room for some decoys and my gun. So I know this stuff will all be safe. Maybe put my decoy bag here, and then, like I said, have a way to strap on. But it all looks good. Now for the test run. Alright guys, got my floats on. Came down here to the lake real quick to test it out. I got my life vest in the kayak just to make sure I'm safe. As you can see, guys, my floats are working just fine. But the problem is they're wanting to kick over towards the kayak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this tube, and right here I'm going to lengthen this. That way it's not going to kick into my kayak. And these floats should work just fine and keep me nice and stable, but otherwise they're going to float right into my kayak. So like I said, I'm going to put a piece in here, paint everything up. As you can see, I got tape on the PVC for right now because I want to make sure my position was all correct. Now I'll glue everything together and hopefully I'll be set to go. Looks like I'm going to have plenty of room to pop. Guys, it's always important with a project like this to test it out. As you can see, it's a nice day. I don't have all my gear on, so what a better time to test it out. I had a little bit of a failure on the kayak, so I'm going to make those bars longer. That way it keeps me more stable. If you guys have any comments or ideas on what you've done to mod your kayak, leave them in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the marsh.